Are you a struggling freshborn of Livonia? Have you been lost in the unfamiliar terrain? Are you starving, maybe even dehydrated? Have you been shredded to death by a poorly textured bear? And all for the price of £11.99? Well, the secret to survive in Livonia is to learn to live with the environment. This isn't Chernobyl where you can spam loot small boats and kill zombies for a can of beans. To survive in Livonia, you must first achieve the most basic of tools. This is stage 1, and it's easier said than done. This tool is a knife, and it's your lifeline in Livonia. You can either try your luck finding one in a town, or you can craft one. Searching a town has its benefits, as you may find some food and some basic supplies, but finding a knife is not guaranteed. Our other strategy is to follow either trails or train tracks. This way we can gather these small stones which spawn along them. We will only need 2 in order to craft an improvised knife. I recommend picking up extras if you can, as our knife will eventually ruin. Craft the stone knife by combining 2 small stones together. Now, keep in mind this stage is all up against a timer. Our hunger is slowly depleting, so it's a good idea to fill up on water at a well, which we can use iSurvive to locate, so that you don't get thirsty on your search. A tip is to keep drinking way after your water turns white. Doing this will allow you to stay hydrated for much longer. Another tip, if you're patient enough, is to not sprint. In not doing so, you conserve a lot more energy, allowing you to search for longer and further. And well, if you're really lucky, you can get the best of both worlds, searching a town and finding a pickaxe, which you can then use on these rocks to get large stones. These can then be split into 2 small stones with a pickaxe, which is just enough for an improvised knife. Throughout stage 1, you should be listening for animal calls. This is crucial for stage 2. In stage 2, we'll be hunting a chicken. It gives little meat, but that's not what we're after. See, if we listen for a chicken call, we can head towards it. Eventually finding the chicken, it will try to run from us, but it's not fast enough and it's easily killable with a few punches. We can then skin it with our improvised knife. Now, after skinning the chicken, we will get 2 pieces of meat and animal bones. The bones is essential for long-lasting survival in Livonia. Do not forget them. Remember to wash your bloody hands to prevent sickness. In stage 3, we will make the most from what we have. We'll be using our stone to create a fire, using our hands where we can to prevent damage to the knife. We will use our hands to collect sticks from bushes, keeping 1 large stick for use later. We can turn the rest into smaller sticks using our hands. We will collect 2 pieces of bark from a tree using our knife. 1 piece of the bark will be combined with a small stick to make an improvised fire. The other piece will be combined with a small stick to make a hand drill kit. We can then fuel this fire with more small sticks. After using the hand drill kit to light the fire, we will attach our chicken meat to the long stick and then cook it. After cooking both pieces, you can consume it when needed. Remember not to eat all the chicken, leave a tiny bit left so that we can use it as a body warmer. Rainy storms are common in Livonia, so when it does rain, we can use this chicken to keep us warm. A tip is that meat will heat you up while in your pants or jacket, but not while in your backpack. For stage 4, you need to collect a piece of rope or 12 rags, which can easily be done by heading into a town and chopping up clothes such as tracksuits. Once you have your 12 rags, combine both stacks of 6 together to make an improvised rope. We can now combine this rope with the long stick from earlier. This will give us an improvised fishing rod. We can then also use our bones we collected earlier to make an improvised fish hook. We will then attach this to our fishing rod. Before we can fish, we'll need some bait. Yet again, we can use our knife to dig up some worms. Attach this as bait and we're sorted. Find a water source which there's no lack of in Livonia and get fishing. Remember, fishing is based on chance. You may have to refill your bait from time to time, but eventually you will catch a fish. If you get unlucky like me and catch some wellies for your first time, you'll have to make another hook. Luckily for us, we get enough bones to make 2 chicken hooks. Luckily, we get enough bones from 1 chicken to make 2 hooks. Eventually, when you catch a fish, you'll need to gut and prepare it. Sadly, we don't get bones from the fish, but we do get a lot of food, and it doesn't even ruin our hook. Hunger will never be a problem again.